right. This is day 21, path 31, Shalicu, or Shalicu, however you shall like to pronounce it. We are on video 31 of 32 of this series, so we're getting pretty close. We will still cover, this is just the philosophy. We will still cover the fire, the water, the earth of all of this. This is just the wind. This is just the air. So, grab a drink of this tea here. Man, that is good. Alrighty, let's get started. First, let's start with the image. Try to do that when I remember. This is the image from the Shadow Tarot. Take a screenshot of that if you like. Okay. Hope you're all having a good morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Let's get started. The 31st tunnel is under the dominion of Shalicu, whose name should be vibrated in the key of C in a sibilant and sinister whispering. His sigil should be painted in vermilion on an emerald ground. The triple tongue of flame, Sheen, is attributed to Path 31. And this is reflected into the abyss in the form of the inverted trident of Chozar, a form of Choronzon, and an emblem of Atlantean magic. This is the path of evocation and pyromancy via the secret fire tongue that manifests in the tunnel of Shalicu in the form of Choronzon. As it is written in the grimoire. Then also the pyramid was builded so that the initiation, capital I, might be complete. See note, Liber 231. The number of Shalicu is 500, which is the number of SHR, meaning prince. Sora, principal, from the Egyptian Ser, that's S-O-R-A-H, chief or head, whence the English Sir. Shalicu is the prince of the Qliphoth in his form of the archdevil Choronzon, who reigns within this tunnel and who conveys the most secret Kala, which is known as the Aeon. This Kala flows from the power zone of Mercury to that of the Earth. This tunnel is therefore of prime importance in that it extends to the Earth to the Choronzonic vibrations of Da'at via Mercury. THNN, to extend, also has the number 500. The attribution is confirmed by THNIM, also equivalent to 500, meaning wild beasts of the desert. THNIM approximates to the Egyptian word tenemi or tenemi, T-E-N-E-M-I, which means make to recoil. The denizens of this tunnel are the ravenous beasts of the desert of Set, and they repulse all efforts to gain access to the pylon of Da'at. 500 is also the number of MTHNI, the loins, which has affinities with the Sanskrit word Maithuna or Maithuna, M-A-I-T-H-U-N-A, signifying coupling, sexual congress. The fire of this path is the fire of Set, which is the sexual heat, typified by the beasts that lurk on the threshold of Da'at, before the veil of the abyss. The pyre, or pyramid, and the fire are identical hence the pyramid as a symbol of Set and of the star Sothis. Remember, the alchemical glyph for fire is a pyramid, and pyr, pyro, means fire. So the pyramids are related to fire, geometrically at least. The gods attributed to this 31st Kala are Vulcan and Pluto, twin aspects of Hades, its fiery and its dark aspects, respectively. Again, reminds me of Yaldabaoth, half fire, half darkness. Interesting. Pluto is a form of the Cerberus, or dog-headed beast that guards the gates of the abyss. The sigil of Shalicu shows the tomb of Christian Rosenkreuz, or more precisely, the plaque that announces the fact of death, judgment, and resurrection. These comprise the threefold formula of crossing the abyss via the crucifixion or passage from life to death. The idea of judgment, implicit in the old Aeon cults, denotes the purgation and refinement of the gross body, parenthetical, the mummy, and its preparation for the crossing over to Amenta. This is adumbrated in the alchemical formula of the black dragon, which symbolizes the appearance of the first matter, being, in this case, in its corrupt or unregenerate state, ego, prior to its projection as the ultimate Kala, medicine. In the mysteries of the Golden Dawn, this formula was expressed by the rituals of the 0 equals 0 and the 5 equals 6 grades. I think that's how they call them. If not, doesn't matter too much, honestly. The first adumbration from the point of view of earth dwellers, Malkut, of ultimate non-being, proceeding through the power zone of Hod, Mercury, and to Malkuth, earth. The magical CD of Path 31 is transformation, invisibility, or disappearance. Keep in mind, dis was an entity, is an entity. The disappearance of the world of appearances, i.e. the noumenalization, noumenalisation, the noumenalization of phenomena, which interpreted in terms of objective existence, is transformation of the gross body into its ethereal essence. Most of the books of the dead are also known by the Book of Going Forth by Night, or something like that. A lot of the ancient cultures believed or understood that the next place was related to the dead. The other side, so to speak. Alrighty. The typical disease attributed to Path 31 is fever, which is associated with heat or fire, and which culminates in the tunnel of Shalicu as death and or full insanity. Take your cold showers, folks. The African pantheon related to this Kala includes the fiery aspects of deity, such as Manamana, lightning, I'm assuming that pronunciation, Orunapadi, Orunaapadi, assuming that. Let's just assume I'm assuming every pronunciation that ever comes off my tongue. Okay. Orunapadi, or Orunapadi, the furnace equivalent to the Christian concept of hell, and Agungun, Egungun, the Last Judgment. It is interesting to note that the Last Judgment was the title given to the tarot trump, which showed the dead rising from their tombs. Yes, that was basically where the card Aeon, or the Aeon, took in the Crowley-Harris format. All right. The symbolism of this trump, revised in accordance with new Aeon doctrine, is now entitled the Aeon, and it is in the darkness of Amenta. Yeah. The great mystery is, however, that this child is feminine, the daughter, not the son. She is shadowed forth in the imagery of the fabulous bird, Tz, Itz, Ish. I'm not going to go through the alliteration of it, which denotes the feathered or fledged bird, i.e., the pubescent female. The bird of Kabbalistic legend. Its number is 500. It is the ultimate symbol of the Aeon of Ma'at, as adumbrated in the dark doctrine of Ma'ayon. I'm running through Gematria. Pardon me. Concerning this doctrine, which is of paramount importance, Michael Bertiow observes, in the Druid metaphysics, which is more ancient than Celtic religion, the study of universe A, the known universe, is called ontology, or the science of being, while the study of universe B, the meon, M-E-O-N, or unknown universe, that's very close to muon, I wonder, could only be called meontology. Certainly it could only be called that. Or the study of non-being. Pardon me. However, they, the Druids, do not develop this conception very well out of fear of contacting the beings in the other universe. Imagine. Man. According to ancient occult lore, there is but one method of penetrating the mysteries of the Meon, and that is by a reversal of the magical invocations which one would normally use in connection with Universe A. There's more than one way to skin a cat. The reversal of magical invocations which one would normally use in connection with Universe A. Frater Echad, in recent times, used this formula of reversion in a Kabbalistic sense, and it enabled him to unravel many mysteries in the Book of the Law. It yielded the magical key that Aleister Crowley had searched for in vain. Yet Crowley had intuited the correct formula when he declared, I recognize magic as concerned to reverse any existing order. See note. The magical record of the beast 666, page 248. The supreme symbol of reversion is Typhon, the goddess who represents the backward or averse way. See the serious mystery. Temple, page 71. Michael Bertiow has carried this idea a stage further than both Crowley and Echad. Bertiow suggests that Choronzon might be thought of as one of the approaches to Universe B. It may indeed have been through this tunnel to the other side of the tree that Crowley acquired the elements of evil that were to wreck his work in the outer order and make his books abhorred by those who did not understand the singular connection between the two universes. Bertiow explains this matter clearly. Evil does not exist in Universe A, and in Universe B, it does not exist. However, when there is a relationship between the two universes, there is the possibility of evil coming into the world, into Universe A. That is why the magicians who work along the lines of seeing contact with Universe B are sometimes in a situation where they convey the impression of being black magicians, or else of being dangerously evil or perverse and unnatural. Bertiow goes on to say that Choronzon's evil quality exists solely in the fact that he exists between the two universes, A and B, as a magical guardian. See note, italics by present author, Michael Bertiow, 3rd year course, Monastery of the Seven Rays. The 31st path is divided between the powers of fire and spirit. And the 32nd and final path is divided between the powers of Earth and Saturn. In the 31st tunnel, the powers of fire and spirit resume the formula of the fire snake, which is that of spirit matter, spirit/matter, and the macrocosm, and Koranzen /woman, and the microcosm. There's a song called One Day Women Will All Become Monsters that comes to mind. I digress. Haven't thought of that song in 20 years. And the microcosm. In other words, the essential forces of darkness, matter, are activated in the macrocosm by the element of spirit. And in the macrocosm, they manifest in the woman who embodies the fire snake. See note. The initiated priestess of the beast, Shugal Koranzen. Pardon me, folks. Okay. In other words, the essential forces of darkness, matter, are activated in the macrocosm by the element of spirit. And in the microcosm, they manifest in the woman who embodies the fire snake. The mechanics of this formula have been explained in my Typhonian trilogy, says Kenneth Grant. To this Kala 31, the red poppy, hibiscus, or China rose are attributed. For these flowers are symbolic of the scarlet woman, Babylon, who incarnates the cosmic energies of the fire snake. These are symbolized by the fire opal, one of my favorite stones, which exudes a precious stone from her vulva, and by the pyramid of Set, the cosmic phallic flame that consumes it utterly with its triple fire tongue. Boy, there's a lot of meaning there. Alrighty. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. There is a lot being said. And not just because I talk a lot. So feel free to ask questions. Shalicu, the shadow of the Aeon, or the shadow of the Last Judgment, or just the shadow of judgment. Here, I'll show the image again. Shalicu emerges from a fiery rupture between the worlds. The African Orunapadi, or Orunapadi, Orunapadi, the great volcanic furnace at the center of existence, known as Eater of Excrement, Tlazolteotl, Tlazolteotl, the great and terrible mother, through whose womb all things are born. Shalicu spews forth the manifested universe, then sucks all back into her fires to be reformed, renewed and resurrected from the torments of purgatory, Egyptian underworld of Amenta. Sun heroes of old Aeons are thus transmuted in the abyssal fires of Shalicu to daughters of the new Aeon. Shalicu is the world destroyed by fire, as opposed to water, of course, but that does have a meaning that we should consider. the world destroyed by fire, the fire which purifies gross matter as the dross is burned away, and the spirit set free with the power to reincarnate and move between the worlds at will. Shalicu is the tunnel of Plutonian forces, of deep transformation, mutation, evolution of the psyche and the DNA. Shalicu lies beyond the energy bonds of matter, at the interface of being and non-being, and at the same time, and of time at the same time. Shalicu lies between the energetic bonds of matter and the interface of being and non-being, of time and anti-time. Shalicu, gate for the Aeon of Mot. Its appearance rises, fleeting, flickering in the waters of neither space, night, nothingness. Sorry, for some reason the text in this book is so hard for me to read. It's not like it's not like it's unnormal or unnatural, but it's like the spacing on it or something. Just anyway. Shalicu grows as a nuclear reactor's venting tower, the ultimate symbol of Karanzan, a complete, embedded, minimal surface of finite topology, defined through the powers of chaos and her servants. Mathematics and computer graphics. Shalicu's convoluted surface, the twisting interface between the worlds, represents the boundary between Universe A and Universe B. Man, no love for Universe C. Shalicu is the crack in the cosmic egg, the flaw in consensus reality, the gate through which forces outside the human life wave to seek to enter consciousness, and whose alien radiations may heal or kill, may stimulate regenerative evolution, or may trigger morbid mutations, leading to extinction of the race. The three heads of Cerberus, dog-headed, ravenous beast of the abyss that guards the gate, demand courage in the descent to the faceless one, great lady of the place below. Courage in following the wordless way, the path of the shaman, and to the earth, to have one's bones replaced by bones of gold, bones of silver, bones of steel. I'm not going to digress. Feathers of the TZ, ITZ, ISH bird, a symbol of the Aeon of Mot, remind us of the Hebrew letter Shin, spirit, triple-tongued flame. You know, that. Triple-tongued flame, fire of desire, the dark-starred chaos at the heart of matter. Shin, the letter of Set, Shaitan, of Chosar. You know, the letter that goes in to make Jesus. The god of Atlantean Maituna magics. Fire opal, the ultimate Kala, the universal medicine, exudes as a precious stone from the Muladhara chakra of the woman who embodies the fire snake, and in whom all power is given. Muladhara is the root chakra, where the Kundalini rises from. Shalicu meditation. Shalicu bestows power to shed limitations of pre-conscious human pasts, to decondition our responses, thus breaking free of crystallized, arbitrary definitions of self, as well as ingrained emotional patterns and ways of interpreting reality. Thus, we are able to relearn to view self objectively, outside of space, time, and society. Being detached from social, cultural, and national identities, customs, mores, and beliefs, MORES. Shalicu transcends threatened nuclear annihilation through the physics of the void, creating new histories, new realities. In Shalicu, we achieve transforming encounters with extraterrestrial infra-life waves and far future adumbrations of post-human selves spinning inexorably back into the trans-mundane present. Need to work the energies of the tunnel of Shalicu is finding belief in divine salvation or disbelief in UFOs. Shalicu's danger is in becoming time-warped into bondage to nihilistic post-industrial mutant expressionist societies. Shalicu's danger is in becoming time-warped into bondage to nihilistic post-industrial mutant expressionist societies. Was that like Waterworld and Mad Max and stuff like that? Oh, that's it. Moving on to the path working. Raise your energy through the chakras and focus on the sigil for a while. Gaze at it and chant or vibrate the name of the guardian to attune your subconscious mind to the energies of the tunnel. At the same time, envision the image coming alive, moving and growing until you see it spreading before you like a landscape you can't enter. Clouds of black smoke emerge from the image, flowing into the ritual space and enveloping all around you. You can feel the heat emerging from the tunnel as well, raising the temperature in the room and making the candle flames grow and flicker. When you get to this point, extinguish the candles or keep them lit to connect with the fiery current of the tunnel. Close your eyes, and with the image building up in your inner mind, send a message to the guardian of the tunnel to guide you through the experience. Visualize that for a moment everything fades away and the whole world disappears. Then the darkness around you crystallizes into a scenery. Imagine a stone step which looks like a part of a stairway. You cannot see the other steps because they are shrouded in darkness. Around you, there is only the black space of the void, empty and devoid of life. As you put your foot on the step, you can see the next one appearing in front of you, as if the stairs were somehow alive and the path was forming as you move forward. As you walk down, the blackness around you seems to be fading away and crystallizes into a desert landscape. The sand beneath your feet is golden red. The sun burns like fire, and the air is hot and dry. Suddenly, you find yourself inside a vortex of hot air, which has a strange burning eye on top of it. The vortex carries you to the heart of the desert, where you cannot see any sign of life. You walk toward a giant sphinx, which is the only thing you can see in the empty landscape around you. When you come closer, you notice that at the feet of the sphinx, there is an entrance to an underground chamber or temple. On the sphinx's forehead, you can see the Eye of Ra. And on the door of the temple, you notice a glyph of the trident. Visualize that you anoint it with your blood, and as you do, the door opens for you and you can enter. Inside the temple, you see another flight of stairs. They are gold and lead to a temple that is built in a round shape, with 11 pointed cliffotic stars on the floor. In the center of the chamber, you can see a mirror which looks like it's filled with water, but it is completely black. When you approach, you can see it in the reflection of what you are and what you can become. Gaze at it, and when you see a vision, step into the water and let it cover you, taking you into the depths of the tunnel. Travel into the heart of the path and open yourself to whatever may come. Let the experience be natural and spontaneous throughout the entire journey. When you travel back to your physical body, close the working and return to your normal consciousness, or, if you choose, an even more grounded one. There's a lot to be said for those of us who have intrusive thoughts and images for just letting experiences happen. But with practice, letting go is one of the ways those images and words can flow through us. By pushing against them, we're holding on to them. And I'm not saying to accept them, but sometimes just detaching from them. You don't jump in every car that passes by you on the road. You don't follow every cloud that passes you in the sky all the way around the world. Let these things pass. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all of your time and attention. Truly. Time is a very valuable thing, and attention and focus are what is the word? It is on the tip of my tongue. We'll say that they are diminishing resources. I had an alliteration that I was going to share, but it sort of whisked away. Anyway, take care. Thanks.